Hey everybody, here's 5 top tips if you're taking ACCA PM exam. And first of all, we're going to go through the different sections of the exam. So the first section is Section A. Section A is objective test questions worth 30 marks. Expect a wide coverage of the syllabus here, so including things like costing, budgeting, variances, decision making, nice wide area syllabus coverage. That means you cover things in breadth rather than depth, okay? Strangely enough, for objective test questions here as well, you'll see a lot of what we call the wordy models, such as transfer pricing, behavioural things, beyond budgeting, those sorts of things. So don't ignore the wordy parts, just you need to know a little about them, but don't ignore them either. And your strategy through getting through Section A is get through them fairly quick. Some will take longer than others, just the way it is, particularly the wordy ones will be a bit quicker. So I'd aim for about 1.5 to 1.8 minutes per mark. Get through them. If you don't know, have a guess, okay? And that's the way you get through Section A. So that's the first thing that I wanted to talk about in this little reel. The second thing, not surprisingly, is Section B. Section B is objective testing on cases, again worth 30 marks. So Section A was worth 30 marks, Section B is worth 30 marks with some cases. So these cases, these scenarios, have 5 objective test questions linked to them. Things that come up are limiting factor, cost volume profit analysis, and performance measurements in the divisionalised companies. The third section we're going to look at today, not surprisingly, is Section C of the exam, which is your constructed response, and that's worth the final 40 marks. And that's because it's 2 lots of 20 mark questions. You've got 30 marks Section A, 30 marks Section B, 40 marks Section C. Section C is worth 2 lots of 20 mark questions. The sort of things I expect to come up are variance analysis, transfer pricing, balance scorecard, that sort of thing. And some key examiner feedback in this is that students tend to focus on the calculations too much and not the explanations, which is really... So moving on to our 4th section of this reel, and the 4th section is exam technique. So how do we approach this exam? So pretty much to get through this exam, you need to make sure that you've moved on from Section A when time's up, you've moved on from Section B when time's up, and then you'll have enough time to have a good go at Section C. So when is all the time up? Well, 50 minutes Section A, 50 minutes Section B, 80 minutes Section C. Some final exam technique things: always show your calculations, always show your workings. Also, always apply where possible to the scenario. So it's not just your calculations, it's the application, the reasons why those calculations are like they are. Make sure you always apply to the scenario. The final section in our 5-step reel here is common traps to avoid. So to make sure you don't do what other students who failed have done. So first one, don't spend too long on tricky questions. As soon as the time is up, move on. Then you get all the easy marks. When it comes to variances, don't just say they're good or bad. Don't be generic. Always use the scenario. Don't ignore non-financial things. It's tempting, isn't it, to think PM's really calculation-based, and so therefore I'll focus on the calculations. Focus on the non-financial things as well. And finally, although we've said it already, don't forget to move on when your time for that section is up. And the only way you can get that wrong is in Section A, maybe spending too long. So try and make sure you move on from each individual question every 1.5 minutes, and then you'll be okay. All right, so all that leads me to say is good luck in your forthcoming exam.